Good morning, tubers of the RC Universe. Welcome to the channel. Today is a special day. It is here finally once again. We are looking at the third Scale Helicopter Invitational here at our club, and you're going to be along for the ride. We've got lots to do today. It is currently just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. People are going to start arriving anytime in the next hour or so. So plan is today basically get everybody in. We're going to do a briefing, and then throughout the day I'll be videoing like interviews with some of the pilots, looking at the helicopters that are brought with them and whatnot, and getting some flying shots as well. So it's going to be a good day, guys. Let's get on with it. It's a little bit murky at the moment, but the weather's not supposed to be too bad today. It was pretty hot up here yesterday, but it did say a bit overcast in the morning and the sky's clearing. It is already starting to clear. We've got a little bit of a breeze, but not that much. But as you can see, the strip looks absolutely stunning. One of the club members, our groundsman Ryan, was up here yesterday, and he must have been cutting the grass for well over 2 hours. But he's done an awesome job, got everything nice and tidy, and the place looks phenomenal. We've got our little logo up that we normally put up. I'll say little, it's pretty big. We're flying into the future, and I spent a couple of hours last night being a flash twat and put this on our table. Yes, I could have put a helicopter, but that would have been very controversial. So anyway, people are going to start coming in soon. We've got the barbecue ready. We're going to be having a barbecue later on. We've got a few tables dotted around for people to put helicopters on. We're going to have noise testing over in this area. Any helicopters that have not been here before, we have to noise test everything before they can fly. So that is our noise testing area. And this is generally the pits here. We normally have a marquee up, but the marquee got damaged, so we can't use that, unfortunately. So I'm kind of hoping that most people, when they come up today, will be bringing their own tables and stuff. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a good day, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then we'll have to see. Good day to you, sir. Well, guys, the event is way on its way now. We've got a lot of guys here with the helicopters, and there's some real stunning bits of kit. This R22 is petrol powered, and he starts it with a pull start, and it's pretty noisy, but it's still under the noise meter either way. He's also got this stunning Bell 412 here, which is an awesome bit of kit. I believe that's a Vario Bell 412, and we've seen this one before. Is Bell 47G, another petrol engined motor inside this one, but again, very nice aircraft to fly.
Morning, Rob. So Simon Kearson, I've come up from Andover, fly out of the Basingstoke Model Flying Club, and I have brought my 2 row bands. One is the AH64E Apache, and the other is the EC130.
Okay. And the EC130, obviously, it's powered by a Fenestrom tail. I mean, do you have difficulty setting the Fenestrom tails up, or are they quite easy to do?
So setting the Fenestrom up seems to be fairly easy. Like all of these, I test flying mechanics on a block of wood first, and they flew absolutely fine. Unfortunately, you put it in a fuselage, and all of a sudden everything changes. So the 130 it's a little bit of a handful at the moment. It's still going to need quite a bit of fettling on that, so it'll be a good opportunity just to hover it about. It's certainly not in a position at the moment where I could fly around. So
it's quite an early model then. It's not like very old. You've not had it very long, basically. You're still tweaking it, basically.
Oh god, yeah. This is it had its maiden earlier, about a week ago. Desperately trying to get it finished to get it up here for this event.
Okay. And it's an 800 size, this one?
Yeah, 800, 12S, 6,200.
And you put a lot of detail into it. I mean, you can see like all the, like you say, the exhaust you've 3D printed. I mean, do you have to make these files yourself, or are they available online?
No. Everything, pretty much everything is my own files on here.
Okay.
There are a set of fine scale Modella ones, which are a couple of the rails on here. That's all theirs, but the rest of it, everything from the rivets on the steps to the steps through even fuel filler caps, hinges, That's all my sort of stuff.
Yeah, got you.
So it's taken a little bit of time. Tailplanes of mine actually. I wanted something a little bit more detailed. And got them printed via a company in London that does nylon printing, which is a bit beyond what I can do at home. And then we redid the cockpit, so did the centre console. That's all my design, along with the stretcher and seat and the seat backs.
Yeah. The Apache, obviously we've seen this one before. You know, it's not the first time it's been here. Again, this is a Ray-Ban kit. This is the 700 size one, I take it.
Yeah, 700. Again, this arrived in a Israeli desert scheme, so like everything, been absolutely sanded back to bare nothing, and then reconstructed and repainted and scale detailed.
So like all the rivets and everything you put them all on yourself as well, then basically.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, what do you use to put the rivets on? I mean, is it like white glue blobs and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
or it is that.
Yeah, cinders. I tend to use the Vario glue. It seems to work quite well.
Okay.
But you know, stuff like aliphatic, I think Gorilla Glue and something will work just as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think new this year the Hellfires. Again, own design to get a better warhead and you know, just a bit more scale fidelity, really.
Yeah. So I mean, do you put the rivets on when it's in primer, or do you put the rivets on first, then primer it?
Primer, then rivets.
Yeah.
And then top coat.
I take it that when you do the rivets on top of the primer, it doesn't have any problems adhering to the primer itself or anything.
No, it's all pretty good.
Good.
You know, that, dare I say, that paint job probably took about a week.
Yeah.
Tops, and that includes a good couple of nights of putting the water slide transfers on. The 130 took way longer.
Way longer, yeah.
And it was just an absolute headache.
And are these carbon blades that are on it?
No, these are. In fact, that's changed. These have changed this year. This is just standard. Well, glass fibre, carbon fibre, standard Ray-Ban things.
Okay.
I changed the profile. Gone for a slightly thicker blade, but it's got a reflex profile to it.
Okay.
Which I suddenly found meant I wasn't getting quite as much lift in hover, and I've now got to really drop the stick to get the blasted thing down because they're quite efficient.
Yeah. Good. What are your flight times basically on something like this?
I think I've got about 6.5 minutes on this.
And that's on 12S?
12S.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. 12S 5000s.
Yep.
It probably can nudge to about 7, but I tend to come down on storage trials at about 30% left.
Okay. Great. Well, hope you enjoy the day, mate, and look forward to seeing them flying.
It's nice to be back and good to see a whole load of different stuff out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, hi guys, this is Greg Fitzpatrick from Prestbury Park Model Flying Club near Cheltenham. This is my Vario 1/4 scale Llama 315B. It's actually quite an old model. I think I'm the 4th owner. Originally it was turbine powered. I bought it without the turbine, converted it to electric with a Contronic, I think it's about an 800, might be a bit smaller than that, and running on 12S, 10 ampere hour, so 2 big packs situated under the back row seats there, and it flies beautifully. I really enjoy flying it. Mick Patterson originally built this model at least 10 years ago for Ian Bishop, and he did a great job on it. All I did was electrify it and we went flying, and it's been great ever since.
What sort of flight time do you get with something like this on those 2 packs?
Yeah, good question.
With it being such a big helicopter, like, I mean, people would be interested to find out, like, do you get less flight time with it being a bigger helicopter? Do you get more? Because I'm gathering you're probably not running such a high head speed on its scale.
Absolutely, so quite right. Turning the head speed down helps a lot. I run this at about 810. I think the recommended head speed's about 850, but
it's quite low,
I'm
that,
fine.
Isn't it, really? Is that because it's such a big helicopter? It doesn't need to be so high because of it being
Absolutely.
such a big helicopter,
Yeah, well, the tip speed is still, I think, approaching that of the smaller models that rev a lot faster.
Yeah.
But they're big, heavy blades, and I'm quite happy with that amount of energy. It's still a lot of energy in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, around about 810 RPM. With a good flight pack, I can get 12 minutes fine, no trouble at all. Even with an old, like I'm going to say, cheap pack, I'm going to get 9 or 10 out of it.
Yeah.
What I do have is telemetry for the battery voltage, so I can keep an eye on exactly where I am throughout the flight. My transmitter speaks it to me, so I know where I am, and then so we start off the flight, always check 50 volts, and then when we get down to 42 volts, an alarm goes off and it's time for me to come in.
Andy Brooks, I fly at Prestbury Park Model Flying Club, and today I've brought the Squirrel and the Chinook.
And now we'll start off with the Squirrel. Is that a Vario or was it a Roban?
That is a Roban.
That's a Roban kit. And is it a 600 or 700
700.
size? 700 size, okay. Does it take long to build something like that? To get them like set up and run with a 3-bladed rotor head? Because I know balancing the blades can be an issue sometimes, can't they?
Luckily for me, I bought that one pre-built.
Right, okay.
It belonged to a club member who is deceased, and yeah, I just had to set it up on my transmitter and away we go. The only thing I did change on it is the battery position.
Okay. Is that, was it like to adjust the centre of gravity, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I took £1.75 pounds of lead out of it.
What, out the nose?
Out the nose.
Seriously? Blimey.
I moved the batteries so they're underneath the cockpit instead of underneath the main shaft where they are in standard.
Okay. And did you fly it before you took that weight out?
No.
You didn't? Right. So, it's kind of like a bit of a memorial then if it's from a deceased friend, isn't it really?
And also the Chinook came from the same place.
Okay, let's talk about the Chinook. Again, you say it's come from the same place, but do you know what, is it a Roban or is that a Vario?
That's a Vario Chinook.
That's Vario, okay.
When I bought that one, he'd been flying the mechanics in without the body on and lost orientation.
Okay.
And it crashed, but he'd repaired the mechanics, but that was as far as he got. They weren't in the fuselage.
As helicopters go, we all know that they mainly fly the same. Is it different to fly a Chinook with a setup like that with a double rotor head? With a double rotor head?
Only a little bit. It's not vastly different.
Okay.
Just a few little things you might do a little bit different. It's just you just fly it.
Yeah.
Basically.
You can't chuck it around like.
Oh yeah, for me and my way I fly, I find it doesn't like wind.
Okay.
It much prefers a flat, calm day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things that shocked me more than anything was obviously, like we do all the noise testing here before we fly all the models. That is actually the quietest model we've got here today.
It is in the hover. But
well, even when you were flying, it was still very quiet. I mean, I think we tested it at 66. Which is pretty low for a helicopter, because most of them were like between 75 to 80.
Yeah.
But that came out at 66, and with it being a twin rotor head with overlapping blades, you'd have thought it'd been a lot of noise.
Well, you get a lot of noise from a tail rotor, you see.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, mate. Well, thanks for that, and enjoy the day.
We'll try our best.
So I'm Peter Ash, fly at Tewkesbury Club. It's a Vario, I think it's a benzene trainer they call it. It originally had a petrol engine in, but I took that out because I'm not keen on the sound they make. So it's now got an aligned motor out of a TRX 700, I think.
Okay.
As you can see, Bo and Luke Duke are the pilots.
Yeah.
It's bought as an unfinished project from a chap that worked on High Wycombe Airport, and his reasons for selling was he was getting into American classic cars. So got it for a decent price. I think it was about £700.
Very good price for that kind of, especially Vario.
Because I assume Vario is probably, I don't know, £2,000.
Easy. Well, I mean, even a Roban kit that size, you're looking at around about 1,200, 2,000 something. So, and I know Vario are a little bit more expensive. Yes, the quality that you get and the mechanics that you get from Vario are a lot better. So yeah, I mean, for the price that you got, you've got a good deal there. There's a winch on the side where the
it does work.
It does work, does it?
There is a servo holding the guy in place.
Okay.
but I haven't worked up the confidence yet to hover,
Get him hanging.
flicker through switches.
Yeah,
I've got to perfect the hook part, because I think as soon as he hits the floor, it's finding a way of the hook releasing without dragging him across the floor.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've got to perfect that.
This is your first Scale helicopter, is it?
No, I've been flying since '97, but I did give up for around 10 years. I got back into it not last year, the year before. So I've had a Groutner 222. I did a funky Airwolf, which I used T-Rex 600 mechanics, converted it to electric. Unfortunately, I sold them to fund restoring an old beaten.
Yeah.
Kicking myself now.
Always the way.
Yeah.
Always the way.
I think it was a Robbie Hughes 500.
Okay.
Many years ago. Yeah, that's gone as well. And a Heim Star Ranger. So that's my scale list.
Okay, very enough.
Yeah.
So, when you say it was a part-built project, did you actually have quite a lot to do on it before you was able to fly it? I mean, was a paint scheme already on there?
No, originally it was, the guy was doing it as a real helicopter he'd worked on.
Okay.
Because obviously he worked on the airport. It was finished, the boom part was finished up to the fuzz. And then the fuzz was pretty much built. I done all the paint work. I added all the rivets on the fuzz, which took me a whole weekend of marking them out. I've added a few details, like I scratch built the cable cutters, the aerials, but a lot of the work had already been done. I added the extra sort of panel that's glued around the side.
Yeah.
But now I added got some 3D printed lights to go on the side.
Okay.
Had to scratch build the exhaust because it didn't come with any. But yeah, a lot of the hard work had been done. It still took me a fair few months to, probably 4 or 6 months to finish it off.
Yeah. There's a lot of detail involved in
the
with these
paintwork,
things, but it's,
yeah, the paintwork was the hardest.
I can imagine the stripes, the grey and the black stripes was probably getting it all to match up and things. Yeah.
I think I've done the cowl on the top 3 times because the paint just bled. Where you had to try and get it.
Yeah, yeah. I know the feeling well. I've had similar sort of issues like on my videos that I've been doing with like when I've been building helicopters. I actually did a 500 size one of these in very much the same colour scheme, and I was having problems where, like you say, where all the sharp 90-degree bends are, and you know, getting it to bleed through.
So it's only this year I've got it flying properly. Yeah. Because last year, I test flew it at Red Lodge last year, which went pretty successful, just hovering it. But then I went for some circuits at our local club. It's probably my fault as well. There's one item I didn't check. The tail drive gave way. Luckily I was only possibly a foot off the floor. And I did panic and it span on me, but I managed to get it down, but it bent the skids. Yeah. So I repaired those, and it turned out is it the angled gearbox?
Yeah.
I took that apart, and he hadn't put any flats on the pins that the bevel gears sit on, so it just, they
were rotating around them basically, yeah.
I mean, I should have just gone through absolutely everything, but it was the one thing I missed.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the downsides to, like, if you have something, like you say, that you've got from somebody else, you don't know what's not been done. Whereas if you have a kit from scratch that you build yourself, then you know you're going to meticulously go through it. So that is one of the downsides of having a second-hand model. So, oh, it's awesome! Really nice. Did you paint the shark on it yourself? Did you do all the painting on it yourself?
Mr. Clark did that.
Yeah.
Mr. Clark.
Nicholas.
warm when they came out.
Not at the front end, the older one at the back end.
All the grass is gone.
Yeah.
We got the flight line is filling up rather quickly. We've got a bit of a queue going on here, but the etiquette between these guys is phenomenal. They don't rush each other, they just fly as and when. This chap here, Andy, that's flying at the moment, is flying with one arm. I don't know if you can see that pedal that he's standing on. That is what operates his throttle and his pitch, I believe, and his other hand is what he uses for your controls with cyclic and whatnot. The guy's an absolute inspiration. You think helicopters are hard enough to fly? Just imagine how they are with one arm. Hats off to the guy.
Yeah.
And it had moved forward, and basically what he meant to do is stick a ship load of Loctite on.
Yeah.
And they hadn't when they built it. They say you're there to fight for another day though. Oh yeah. Luckily I picked it up on the right one.
She's pre-Ashes Huey that we can see flying at the moment. He was a chap who was describing about it earlier on. It looks really nice in the sky. Landing light, come on there. How cool is that? So is this a vario kit or a...
It's a Red Lodge fuselage
Okay,
with my own design mechanics.
right, okay.
So
And this is running on a 12S, is it?
running on 12S, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got different styles of bits and bobs in it to for making the mechanics.
And what sort of blades are these? I know they're carbon blades, but are they specific?
They're
makers,
NHPs, to be honest.
Yeah, there's another one with NHPs. I use NHP
Standard
blades.
NHPs.
Yeah.
Scale blades was, you know, they're few and far between trying to get anything that fits. And these actually look damn good.
Yeah, they do look good
And
on
they
it.
fly good.
They do look good on it.
So
Okay.
I tend not to worry too much.
And how much flight time do you normally get with something like this?
6 minutes I've got on this one.
Okay, let's go for it.
Right, you stand back a little bit more, mate.
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
get
yeah.
her off, thank you. There we go.
Timer start.
Is the model based on anything that you know personally yourself, or is it a favourite?
Chuz there, my mate there,
Uh-huh.
he actually flew this particular Scout.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I've used his all the numbers of the Scouts he's got with him sitting in it.
Did you get somebody like calligraphics to do all the decals?
No, Nick did all that for me.
Yeah. Okay, let's see it then. absolutely awesome flying skills there, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Perfect video, thank you. Thank you for that. That was awesome, really good.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Yeah, you can tell. This is Greg with his quarter scale Llama, who we spoke to, and he's just about to take it off. I've been a bit behind with my filming today, guys, so you'll have to bear with. Hopefully it'll still turn out to be a good video. I've been doing a lot of chatting with people more than the flying, so I'm trying to get some flying in as much as I can. So anyway, let's see what this goes like.
Normal. Timer 1.3 seconds.
Very nicely done, Greg. Thank you. Very nicely done.